Okay, guys, I am back. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be looking at Lost Abyss today. Lost Abyss is bringing back the Lost Zone mechanic over in Japan, and this will be a part of our September set. So if you guys are attending the World Championships, I know this is a little bit too early for you guys to look at, like me, who shouldn't be looking at the new cards, but I'm doing this for the sake of the love of the game. Also, I really like I think I mentioned in the last video, the blue, purple, pink. Oh, magnifique. So we're going to be looking at these new cards today because the whole set list is now revealed. So we're going to kind of go through all of them and let me talk about them. And that's like my shtick here with you guys. If you guys enjoy the content, like, subscribe, and if not, Guillotine will eat you in your dreams. So that's, wait, no, Guillotine doesn't do dream stuff. It'll just suck you into a fourth dimension and voraciously destroy you. Yeah, so this is a Venonat, which is completely, oh, dude, he's in the rain and he's sad. Just like I will be if you don't subscribe. And then we have the Venomoth. They both don't really do anything. Sunflora, 10 plus 70 for each energy you discard from your hand. Okay, man. That's a pretty powerful attack for a Sunflora. But it is a DCE over just like a single grass or something. So it becomes a little bit harder to use. But maybe there's like a weird cheeky strategy you can pull off with like grass cards like the Eldegoss and this. And like, I don't know, the Grottle that searches out grass types. Interesting. Not good, but interesting. Seedot, Nuzleaf, and the Shift Tree. Shift Tree has a lost stuff around it. It's got the 210 put it into the Lost Zone. So, very cool attack, very cool mechanic. Unfortunately, I think that being on stage 2, it is just slightly outside the realm of possibility to pull off efficiently. Amoonguss, like the game. Yes. Ability, Prank Spores. When this card is discarded from your hand by the effect of your opponent's Pokemon attacks or abilities, or the effect of your opponent's item or supporter cards, discard all cards from your opponent's hand. What? So if they play a card and this gets discarded, they lose their whole hand? That's pretty funny. I don't know if there's cards that discard hand effects, but like that's pretty fucking funny actually. This is a very funny card. I am a huge fan. We get a 110 HP Duran. Holy mama jama. But it's terrible. Okay. Phantom Trevenant. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from your opponent's V attack, don't take a prize card. Pretty cool ability, but there's a lot of shred effects and stuff like that, so it is what it is. Attack is really piss poor, so, and you can't even attack next turn, so it's like a one pass turn. Ninetales, pretty bad. The Macargo has the same thing as a Shift Tree. 220. Oh, no, it's just the energy. 220, but all the energy go to the Lost Zone. There's no great way besides Magma Basin to accelerate fires. So, you kind of just, like, cannot do this 2 turns in a row ever, which makes it really bad as well. But, I mean, like, putting fires in the Lost Zone doesn't seem conducive either because they're not going to the discard to help Magma Basin. Delphox V, 120, put 2 energy into the Lost Zone. This is 120 opponent's bench. It's a very good attack. I think this is, again, not feasible to pull off again, but not putting all your energies into the discard. So you can still Magma Basin, you can still attach from hand, and all of a sudden you have an attack going. So it's not the worst in the world, and you can still pull it off kind of reliably. My hair is gross. I'm sorry, guys. Fletchinder, Talonflame, both don't really do too much. This Seal has Swim Freely, you flip a coin if heads, whatever, and then Arctic return 40 times the number of water from your Pokemon into your deck. That's a cool attack. It's just I don't think we have any decks that flood the... I mean, I guess you could do, like... This could go into, like, the Krabbe deck or something with Frostmoth. So you could, like, Frostmoth a bunch of energy on the board, Arctic return the energies, and then play out from that. But then your deck just becomes all energies, and that kind of sucks. Horsey and Seadra, and then Kingdra has Surging Current. Once through your turn, you may choose either you or your opponent. They shuffle their hand, put it at the bottom of the deck, draw 4. Any card that typically has a supporter effect as an ability typically turns out to be very, very good. It is on a stage 2, though, so I don't know if it's like necessarily crazy good, but maybe this can go in like a Zoroark box deck, potentially. I don't know. It's a very cool card. I think this has potential, but being on a stage 2, I think it'll get overlooked, unfortunately. Whalmer, and this Thickums is back. That's pretty bad. We have a Finian. As often as you like, you may attach a water from your hand to one of your Pokemon that has Swim Freely. We've seen a couple of Swim Freelies, but all of the attacks seem pretty poor. So I guess it's like a Rain Dance to Swim Freely. So works with Luminion because it has Swim Freely. So Kind of works out easily. Kyurem, we've already talked about the Kyurem. I think this is a very cool card. It's got a very cool ability with the Ice World. But I think the attack itself is very lackluster. Max Frost is like very subpar for what it is, and you are putting a 3-prizer into play, so you have to keep that in mind when you're playing a deck like this. Dewpider and Araquanid are both pretty terrible. I just don't think so. Oh my god, this Cram guy is very cute. I like him. You have 4 more cards in your Lost Zone, ignore energy, 110, that's it, just very vanilla, whatever. It's just like a random tech card you can play if you're playing a Lost Zone deck. You just like have a 110 hitter, 140 with Choice Belt. Like, yeah, it is what it is. Freeze down, 40, nothing good there. Chinchou, Lantern, nothing to write home about. We've already talked about the Rotom, but the Rotom's pretty good. I like the Scrappy Short Circuit. I like the Instant Generator ability, and I like the V-Star as well. So I think those are all very strong. I think they have potential. Emoga. Just gets an item. Nothing good. Crazy there. When you evolve it, if you flip a coin, if heads, they're paralyzed. That seems really bad. Okay, I'm not putting a coin flip on paralysis on a stage 1 Pokemon on my deck, so that's not making its way to the deck. Hypno gets 2 stage 1 Pokemon, put them onto your bench, shuffle your deck. That could be really cool in a Zora box deck, but you're playing Psychic Energies then. At that point, it's like Dark or just all your Twins and DTEs. So at that point, you're not actually like doing what you want to do with your deck, but maybe you play like a Psychic-centric build and get like the Hypno and like Psychedelic Call, like 2 guys, and that's like can set up your control strategy. So maybe actually control. Hypno goes in control, like a Zoroark box control. This card, insane. We've talked about this before. Lost Mine. 10 cards in the Lost Zone, 12 damage counters. If you can just speed run those cards in the Lost Zone, this guy just becomes an absolute menace so early in the game. Banette, support a card from your discard pile to your hand. Put this Pokemon into the Lost Zone. Discard all non-Pokemon cards attached to this Pokemon. So I think it'd be like this and Shuppet go into the Lost Zone. I think it says this Pokemon, so I think both of these would go. So I think that's how it's worded. If that's the case, then obviously this is 2 more good cards to go with our Sableye. This Slurpuff is very bad. Comfey has the top 2 cards in the active spot. This also can accelerate us into the Sableye strategy. All these cards are like, yes, we're going super ham into the Lost Zone, but what are the cards that can benefit off the Lost Zone? And it's Sableye so far, and it is the Giratina that we'll see in a second. Mimikyu is very cool because you can play this with the Sableye strategy and just go Worst Gift and just double damage counters. No, never mind. That's not what it says. But you can just Worst Gift one of your opponent's big new threats that they put down that's clean and fresh after you've used the Sableye's attack a couple times. Indeedee is a very cute card. I really like this art. It's very pretty, but it just lets you get it's like a search 1 for going first, basically. But I don't know. That seems like really hard to pull off ever. And like it's not even worth the deck slot, I think. Drippy, Drakloak, and the Dragapult. The Dragapult is very cool, I think, with the Dragon Launcher for the 100 damage discard of your GPs. But, like, again, you can only discard up to 2 GPs because you want to make sure your Dragapult has a way to get back into Dragapult. So you can never discard the 3rd GP. Yeah, it's just kind of tragic that you can't do that. Spectre is another damage counter style Pokemon. Very good. Aerodactyl V-Star is very cool with the top 3 cards with the Lost Dive and Ancient Star. Ancient Star is like a nuts power, I think. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, actually. Phanpy, this Donphan is like probably arguably one of the worst cards I've ever seen. Like, what is the attack cost? Like, Jesus Louises. Barbaracle, very, very good. I think with the Lost Block ability. We talked about this. Hawlucha, Sandygast, Palossand, Stonejourner. Oh, dude, Stonejourner is wait, this guy just has 30 spread for a fighting, but this is a stage 1. Yeah, okay, it's not bad on a stage 1 actually. But I guess Manaphy exists, so no, it's bad. I changed my mind. Put the top card of their deck in the Lost Zone, fighting for triple colors. That's kind of funny. But Stonejourner also lets you accelerate fighting, so we finally get a fighting accelerator, which is actually really cool because we don't actually have one besides like I guess Stonejourner plus Gutsy plus like Grant plus like all this stuff. Maybe fighting becomes very, very strong in some capacity. Drapion with the Wild Style. I mean, this is a very like cool ability, I guess, but you're just like hating on Mew. It's like literally just a Mew counter, another Mew counter, and Drapion is just V-Star is just bad. The Crocodile has Sand Gang, which is basically my family reunion. Okay, I'm sorry, a little bit out of pocket there. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, it's your active and knocked out. You may discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Bro, this just helps the fucking Amoongus strategy. So we're not doing this. That's not happening. That's a bad card. Toxapex. Not good. Beldum, Matang, Metagross. Urgent entry. If you drew this card from your deck at the beginning of your turn, bench is full. Oh! Sick. So you just randomly play this card to draw 3 cards. I don't hate this, actually. And Meteor Mash, like, I mean, I guess, like, you could Raihan onto it, E-Switch onto it. So maybe, like, if you're playing, like, a box-style deck and you want to get a Metal Attacker, this would be your guy. This is actually very cool. I like this ability. I like this a lot, actually. Ferroseed, Ferrothorn. Bad. Galarian Stunfisk. Pretty bad. Feeling good. Like I should. Run in circles around the neighborhood. Pretty bad. And then 20x each card in your hand. That's pretty bad also. Let's say you have average of 5 cards in hand at a time. I think that's reasonable. Hundo for 2 energy. Pretty bad. On a V. We've talked about the Girautinas. The Giratina is pretty insane. The ability is insane. Just knocking something 280 and then putting energies, so you're accelerating and doing your ability. We have the Solrock Lunatone combo as well to put energies onto the board. There's other ways to get energies onto your board. Gardenias, because there's grass energy. Like, this is nuts. This is a very good card. Pidgeot V has a free loop, throwing it back into the deck, giving you a way to play control that has a shuffle draw, like just shuffle itself back into the deck kind of attack or ability. So very good for control, I think, archetype specifically. We talked about the Porygon. That's already going to be going into the Rotom decks, haha. Spinda coming back into play with almost the exact same attack it's like always had, like a 10 spread. Like, come on, man. Veneer, Lopunny. The Boof is kind of a power move, but it's pretty bad. Fletchling is Fletchling. We've seen Toolbox, we've seen Mirage Gate. These are all 3 of these cards, like Lost Whisper, these are all very, very good cards. This is going to be very, very good for Giratina and other Lost Zone archetypes. This is going to be very, very good for Rotom, and this is going to be very good in general. Yeah. Panic Mask. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by 40 HP or less remaining. I guess you can put that on like the Sableye when you're just like spreading. So eventually there'll be stuff like you can set up their board so they have like a bunch of things with a ton of damage on it and just go Panic Mask and stick the Sableye, which is really cool. I'm really fixated on the Sableye if you couldn't tell. Colorless Experiment, top 5, put 3 in hand, 2 in Lost Zone. It's just Sage's training, but with Lost Zone mechanic. Lady is getting a reprint. Who shout out to Lady, dude. She's made moves in life. Now she looks like she's married. Shout out to Lady, man. Doing big moves. We should all be doing big moves too. Thornton, switch the basic Pokemon, which is interesting. It's just like not good though, I don't think. Fantina, 10 or more, 120. We've already talked about this one. Yep. Lost City, also bad, and Gift Energy. So nothing really new has been revealed in these crazy cards, but very excited to look at this, and I'm very excited to play with Giratina. So I'm not going to drain your guys' time too much longer. I try to keep this as quick as possible, yet informative, because that is my MO. You guys know me. I am a no BS guy, so we're going to just get you that content that you love. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys for another video.